We are live. We are recorded live here in the Atomsplit Drawing and Rockin' podcast, number 19 or 20. One of those. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Still trying to get this house settled. It's got some problems.
All right.
But mainly I'm settled in, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, other than what I haven't settled in yet, or what I had to replace.
Right. That's the way it goes.
So, that's been a struggle.
Yeah, well...
I mean, I think it's the worst thing that I've ever had to do.
Well, you're lucky then.
Well,
that's the worst thing you've had to do.
Yeah, I guess. I mean...
I'd say.
I've lost, loved ones and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And, but that's nothing compared to, this whole move-in situation.
All right, well.
So
I hope it calms down for you.
I'm making it calm down.
Cool. So tell me what you're working on.
I'm working on the page I was working on before, where everybody is fighting each other, and everybody's gonna be on the same page. There's gonna be Bobby. If you can't see, Bobby.
Yeah.
Stan.
Cool.
Evil Disaster.
Cool.
Where did Peeble go? Peeble. Jerry.
Yeah.
Then Colby.
Man, that looks great.
Gracie. And I'm working on JT, and then I got the backgrounds.
Cool.
So once that gets all colored, then it's gonna switch from from Bobby and Peeble and those guys fighting to the other characters fighting. So have to reestablish the scene. That's what we're doing here. So everybody knows.
Gotcha. All right.
That we're still in the same location. So that's what I'm working on.
All right.
There was some sad news this week in the music scene that Jim Dunlop died. And I don't know if you've ever used...
I did not know that.
Have you ever used any Dunlop picks?
I have plenty of times, yes, most definitely.
You like them?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back in the early days, that was the pick of choice, for sure.
Yeah, that's his company. He invented, and he also invented, I think he invented, either the wah-wah pedal or a version of the wah-wah pedal. Crybaby wah-wah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if Crybaby wah-wah is the same as regular wah-wah or not. But I use Dunlop picks. That's all I've ever used for banjo, because they have bigger thumb picks that I like.
Yeah.
I like those. So, yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I did not know that. I just went to the website, jimdunlop.com, and it says Remembering Jim. Mm-hmm. Learn more, and there's a nice picture. I never thought, I didn't know his name was Jim, so.
Slash had a lot to say about it.
82 years. Cool.
And in other news, you've been talking about watching Daredevil, and I finally started watching Daredevil. And the one thing I noticed straight away is Karen Page, the secretary for Matt Murdock and Foggy Nelson.
Yes.
She was on a show called True Blood on HBO.
Yes.
And so was Anna Paquin, who was the lead star of that show, Suki Stackhouse, but she was also Rogue in the X-Men. And her husband, who was also in True Blood, is now in another X-Men type show called Gifted. It's about mutants,
right?
Not necessarily X-Men. So there's a lot of True Blood people are marveling.
You can make money being an actor or actress in X-Men movies or shows.
Yeah. So that's.
I'm pretty sure that Karen Page was on Big Bang Theory too, but maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaking it with True Blood.
As like a regular cast member, or
no, just like a guest spot.
Yeah, okay. And then what else I've been up to is while I'm cutting up like a never-ending supply of cardboard boxes, I started listening to this podcast called The Comics Kayfabe. And kayfabe is a wrestling term for like their story, which they want people to perceive as real but isn't real. I've always heard it was Pig Latin for fake, but that's what kayfabe is. And I think they call it the comics kayfabe because what they do is they've been taking Wizard magazine from the first issue, and I think they've gone up through issue 12, so the first year of Wizard magazine, and they've gone through article by article and have done like some deep analysis of all that stuff.
Really?
And they've I've learned so much from this podcast. This is my new favorite podcast, besides our podcast.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I've learned so much about like comic book inside baseball.
Wow.
And some of it's probably going to end up being part of Atomsplit too. So.
All right.
So that's that.
Okay. Cool.
Anything? You got any?
I finally finished. I finished it last night. I finished Daredevil season 3 episode last night, and I was sad that it was over and there's no plans for any more. So.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
So they set up. Well, I won't tell you, but yeah, it's good.
I think it's gonna come back. All of them are gonna come back on the Disney streamer.
Maybe. We'll give Disney our money instead of Netflix.
I don't mind.
Somebody's got to get our money, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I sent you a link earlier this week to a Transformers Led Zeppelin cover band, and so the topic is novelty bands. Novelty bands. So what? And you seem to enjoy it. I did too. I thought it was pretty good.
I loved it.
So you thought it was good. Transformers themed band covering Led Zeppelin.
Right. Yeah.
And it was a dang good take on the Immigrant Song, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was. I thought it was live, but I think it was pre-recorded, and then they used live footage of the band playing. But still, I mean...
Really? Oh, well.
But still, I mean, I don't know for sure, but either way, I mean, it was still a good song.
Yeah, I mean...
It's still a good cover.
So I immediately go to myself, well, couldn't they just been a band and played that song without being in Transformers uniforms? And then I thought, no, because the only way you can break out is by being different. And so they have the novelty of being in these big, assembled Transformers costumes. But yeah, I mean, obviously it was rocking really good musicianship, so I was torn.
Well, I think you might be, I don't know, you're not missing part of it, but a part of it is they are covering. They're covering a lot. Not a lot, but they're covering songs from the Transformers movie, the original cartoon from 1986. And the video that was one of the videos you showed me, was that they were covered. But what I think they do is they're basically a cover band that covers like 80s themed 80s cartoon themes, specifically Transformers. But then they'll branch out and probably do other cartoon themes and other covers like of regular rock songs. Obviously, because they did that Zeppelin.
Well, if you want to succeed at Dragon Con or MegaCon or Heroes Con, you pretty much, as a musician, all you got to do is form a novelty band that performs in costume some retro music. So,
well, I think you also
agree
have
or
to
disagree?
Well, if you want to be successful,
or get an audience and get a gig and have all the people at those conventions come to your show, then just have a shtick, and
Well, I think
I'm kind of torn because they were really good.
I think you have to be good.
Well, you have to be good. Yeah. No, I give you that. So
you have to be good, and I think that
obviously they were good.
Yeah, the reason they and you're gonna put like links to the video in this video, right? Or so people can. Okay, so people can see what we're talking about, but I mean, you can't just be like a bunch of crappy musicians dressed up like Transformers.
No, I mean, obviously it's pretty difficult to play through a giant costume playing those licks, and the drummer. I was trying to watch the drummer when they cut to him.
Yeah.
Like, could he see how he was playing? Because that's some complicated, drumming. So
that's why I think it was some live.
Okay.
It was live shots, but not specifically of that song, and I think the song was pre-recorded.
Okay, you could be right. I need to go back and watch it.
But whether it was or wasn't, I mean, it was still. You're right.
Still entertainment.
It's got to be hot. It's hot under those. It's always hot under the lights, but it's got to be like extra hot under the lights, and in a bunch of styrofoam or whatever they use.
Right.
Foam core or whatever they made those costumes out of. But yeah, I mean, just to go in further, like, they made their own Transformer symbol. Like the bad guys have a symbol, the Decepticons and the Autobots, the good guys, also have a symbol. So kind of know who's who. Because that was kind of the whole point when you're a kid, you're like, who is this guy? It's a robot in disguise. But by the symbol, if they were good or bad. I mean, you'd have to be pretty dumb not to know who was good and bad, but still, without the symbol. But they made their own symbol that was kind of a mix between the two symbols, too. And they had that.
That's cool.
They had that light up. Like they had like a good production, too.
Yeah.
Because they had that light up, and then when they covered the main theme song of the Transformers movie, they had.
I just sent you a link to Max Sabbath.
Okay, they had a Ghostbuster with him. Which is, not a great Ghostbuster, but still a Ghostbuster. So, did they have Ninja Turtles? I forgot. But
I feel like it. They did, yeah.
But they, Transformers, it probably isn't their only thing, but it's their main thing. And people, you know, people just like love that theme song. I know, like, whenever I hear that same theme song, I think about how awesome that movie was when I was a kid. The Transformers movie. So, you know, they're playing off of nostalgia. So what other novelty bands have you heard of?
I came across Max Sabbath. I came across Max Sabbath when I was watching that new show with Ozzy and his son Jack.
Yeah.
Like they travel the country and look at different shows. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And so Jack arranged for Ozzy to sit there and watch a performance by Max Sabbath, which is a McDonald's based Black Sabbath cover band.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. Like it has.
Okay.
Does it have? Is it the Hamburglar that plays the drums?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and Ozzy got a big kick out of it, and I was just blown away. So, I thought it was pretty funny. So, you know, there's another great example of musicians in a band out there capitalizing on stuff and making a novelty cover band, but they're, you know, evidently tremendously successful at it. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're taking two themes and mashing them up without making a mashup, and you know, they're running with those covers.
Yeah. So I mean, come on.
And that's not unheard of, because there's a lot of cover bands in the world.
Right.
And all they do is cover one band. Not all of them dress up like Ronald McDonald and Grimace.
Right. So I guess I shouldn't be, you know, judgmental, but...
yeah, hey. I think that sets them apart. I think that, you know, like, why would I go see just a Black Sabbath cover band when I can see Ronald McDonald cover Black Sabbath?
I mean, it's just pure entertainment.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So, I mean, I'm looking at the website and it looks like they're playing the Tower Theater downtown LA, and I mean, geez, awesome.
Yeah.
So the question is, what would they have done otherwise? They would have been a band that didn't do anything or didn't go anywhere, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe they aren't a band other than in their cover band.
Yeah. And then there's one called that's based. There's a metal band based on Ned Flanders. Have you heard of that? Called Okelly Dokilly. It's the world's only need-out band, heating from Phoenix, Arizona, that plays a subgenre of metal music themed around the animated character of Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. All 5 of the band members dressed as Flanders. So I saw that come across my feed the other day, and I mean, they don't wear they don't have to wear like big giant masks. Here, let me send you this. So they just wear the green sweaters and the pink shirts, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Ned Flanders is the super Christian.
Yeah. The majority of the band's lyrics are direct Ned quotes. Dread Ned, Shred Ned, Bed Ned, and Zed Ned. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so hey, I can't say that I would turn down a spot to join one of these bands.
No. Yeah. It would be fun. I mean, it doesn't have to be your main thing. Just
right.
Be, you know, something fun.
I mean, you know, I did do a B-52s cover band, so.
Hey, there you go.
What can I say?
If you dressed up like them too.
If I dressed up like Taco Bell B-52s or something, it would have been more effective. Or, I don't know, Masters of the Universe B-52s, then we could have got a gig at DrawinNRockinCast.
Yeah.
So. Well,
now
I don't know. Novelty bands.
What about like a band we like a lot, Kiss? Is that a novelty band?
You bring up a dangerous question. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, maybe back. Tempting to say because they wear the makeup originally today, but yet the music and the history stands for itself. So
it's all original,
right?
How about Gwar?
Well, I mean, I think that's original too.
That is original.
What did you say?
I know Gwar is original. I mean, I listened to all the albums. But are they a novelty band because they dress up like aliens and spray you with red stuff at the show?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't name one Gwar song if my life depended on it. So I don't know if that.
I'll tell you what was funny.
Do they have any memorable songs?
The only one. Well, not really. I mean, they have good songs, not like hit songs, I guess. I know, but what was funny was when they do the whole rubber thing too, and they dress like aliens. And for the AV Club, where that's where we saw these Transformers. For the AV Club, when the 2016 election was going on, they covered AC/DC. If You Want Blood, You Got It. And in the middle of the song, they had like a fake Hillary Clinton and a fake Donald Trump fighting. And they started like, they gutted each other and were pulling each other's entrails out. And blood was spewing all over the place, just like Gwar does. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean there's fun bands too that don't necessarily dress up, but they're funny, like Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a novelty because they're funny or just I don't know.
I guess if you can make a buck and be creative, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
More power to you. So, I remember when we went to Dragon Con. Maybe I don't think it was maybe you. Like in the 90s, I think I was with a girlfriend of mine, and before they moved, and we did it, and I saw Gwar, and they were like, it was in the Inforum, and they had a little booth and stuff.
They did?
Yeah.
Did you talk to them?
No, I didn't. You were probably there, but we were just in opposite arenas at that time.
Yeah.
So
Gwar, I mean, I know I went to see Gwar a few times at Dragon Con.
And then I have the producer of Atomsplit, John B, back in the day, said he went to Gwar. He took like some, I don't know, somebody he was mentoring or some 15-year-old kid to Gwar at Masquerade, and he had a white shirt on, and they did the blood thing all over his shirt. So, yeah, pretty funny.
A while ago, there was a bunch of bands, let's see, I would say 2011, around then, there were a bunch of bands that were like based on Harry Potter. Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's what kind of drove me to this, was the novelty of that stuff back then. So,
and that I would have to say those were true. I mean, for real novelty bands, because they only sung about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Even though they were original songs about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It was still, about Harry Potter, not about their own thing.
Not about breaking up with their girlfriends.
Or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, there's our short discussion on novelty bands.
Good or bad, novelty bands, good or bad?
You, the audience, decide.
Yeah.
Would you pay to see them? You probably would.
Probably
All right.
so.
Let's see if we can come up with a tune to play tonight. Here, let's see.
Do you have a cover?
Oh man, yes. Do I have covers? Probably, but I don't know where it is.
You got the who's it? You may be right. I may be crazy. Who's that guy?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. That's right.
That's a great call. Do I have that easily available here?
My wife loves the piano, man.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so this is Atomsplit playing in 2004. Not a novelty, really, but maybe playing one of my inspirational songwriters. You may be right, Billy Joel.
Friday night I crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone, and we all enjoyed the weekend for a change. I've been stranded in the combat zone. I walked through Bedford style alone, even rode my motorcycle in the rain. And you told me not to drive, but I made it home alive. And you said that only proves that I'm insane. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light, don't try to save me. You may be wrong, but all I know you may be right. Now think of all the years you tried to find someone to satisfy you. I might be as crazy as you say. If I'm crazy then it's true, that it's all because of you, and you wouldn't want me any other way. You may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. It's too late to fight, it's too late to change me. You may be wrong, but all I know you may be right. Remember how I found you there, alone in your electric chair. I told you dirty jokes until you smiled. You were only for a man. I said take me as I am, 'cause you might enjoy some madness for a while. You may be right, I may be crazy. Oh, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light, don't try to save me. You may be wrong, but all I know you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right.
All right, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would say
And-
it's better than the original.
Well, funny thing is that was like one of the first riffs I ever learned on guitar back when I took guitar lessons when I was a really early preteen back in Florida. And that album came out, and I learned that song, and then I was thrilled, really thrilled, all those years later when the producer on that EP said, "Hey, let's do a Billy Joel cover. Let's do that song." I was like, "Yes, excellent!" So I was very familiar with it. So
that was the first one you learned on guitar. Is that after all of the bass?
That was after the bass. Yeah. I took guitar lessons at the local music store up on the main highway.
Okay.
And would go in there, and it's like, what do you want to learn? Oh, I'm into Billy Joel. Okay, cool.
So after you learned all the Iron Maiden bass, you learned Billy Joel guitar.
God, man, I don't remember. It might have been before that or after that, or somewhere in between. But I think maybe in order to be in a band, I had to learn the bass because that's all I could play solid enough to be in a band at 15 or 16. So couldn't carry the guitar at that point. So yeah. And then I've been a Billy Joel fan all my life. And went to see him 2 or 3 years ago when he played SunTrust Park here. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so good stuff. Good stuff.
But you didn't like that though. So, you didn't like SunTrust.
Nah, I mean, watching the concert there wasn't all that great. I mean, it was like it was like looking half across town to see him.
Yeah.
But it's better than nothing, better than not seeing it, but just huge distance from, and I thought that we had good seats, and it really was like not even that great. So it's kind of like when we saw Guns N' Roses. I thought they were good seats, but man, they were far away.
They were good seats. I thought they were good seats.
Well, they were, but they weren't because they were just so far away. But hopefully the same. We got the same seats for Kiss and Ozzy. Hopefully it won't be quite as bad. So.
Wait, the same seats we had for Guns N' Roses?
No, well, it's in the state. Well, what used to be Phillips in the State Farm instead of Arena instead of the Georgia Dome.
Yeah, so. But I mean, is it gonna be on the wing or like?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get your aisle seat. So.
Oh yeah, I like.
It's the same kind of. Yeah, so it's like in the club level on the aisle. So hopefully that'll be good.
It'll be good.
It'll be good. Let's hope. I'm sure Kiss will make it there. Hopefully Ozzy, I've been reading he's been hospitalized with the flu. Hopefully he'll perform the tour out.
I think he's over it. I think he's
cool.
He's back.
All right, so that wraps up our novelty commentary.
Yeah.
And cover bands. So when we played that Billy Joel song, I didn't dress up like Billy Joel, or we didn't dress up like G.I. Joe or anything weird. We just were us, So it wasn't really novelty. But hey.
Well, I don't know if people who are in cover bands dress up like say if somebody's in a Led Zeppelin cover band, do they dress up like Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the ones that are licensed that do. Yeah, I was gonna bring up you and I wanted to go to that. There's some band playing at the Variety Playhouse. It's like the Led Zeppelin cover band that looks and acts like them. So, and then there's a couple Kiss bands that I saw in the years past that called Strutter and Firehouse and stuff that dress up like them and play their songs. But they're like licensed and stuff. So. All right, why don't you tell us what's going on here? You're doing the forehead, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
On this last scene.
Yeah. I'm doing JT, fighting evil JT, but this is a wrestling thing. It's called a test of strength, where they grab each other's hands and try and see who can push the other one down.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, I just one of them's supposed to be purple though, so I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So I have to get back and fix that. But other than that, I think it's turning out good.
It looks good.
Once I get my desktop computer fixed up, I'll be back to like full working capacity.
Full meal deal.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's another Atomsplit podcast.
Okay.